Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. You are most welcome. I thank you for sparing the time and being in session with us today. I am your host / moderator, Hamna Mwendo. I am an entrepreneur and a CashTelex investor. I am humbled today to be the curtain raiser of a well-educated gentleman. He is also very passionate about CashTelex. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the country manager, Dr. / Professor Omar Kasule.
Thank you very much, Hamna, for those beautiful words about me, and for bringing us together tonight so that we can share a few things that are concerning our lives and our welfare, our well-being, and for our families and loved ones. Indeed, happy to be tonight to be hosted by my daughter, basically, Hamna Mwendo. Hamna Mwendo, like I said, she's an entrepreneur. She's a very passionate person about CashTelex, and she also does ticketing of airlines. So people who want to travel around the world, she can really be of good use to you. She has that expertise of handling ticketing and so on and so forth. She likes and scheduling whatever travel needs you have. So she's quite a very experienced person, and you see here, we have got quality people, we are working with, and she's equally passionate. She's an investor in CashTelex, like myself. Tonight we want to talk about inclusion, financial inclusion. Why do we need to talk about financial inclusion, especially in Africa? Is because almost 75% of the people in Africa are financially excluded. By being financially excluded, it means they cannot access financing, they cannot access financial institutions, they cannot enjoy services of banking institutions or financial institutions, as it were. And that's not a healthy place to be in this 21st century. To be financially excluded is really to be like you're relegated, you're out of touch with the global community and even national and international community. So we want to see many people in Africa want to improve the status of many African people to be financially included. But this time around, on blockchain technology, using blockchain technology, and this is very powerful. So for any of you here who is yet to have your brother or sister or neighbor or any loved one coming on board, just step out a bit, make a phone call, and let them join us so that they can be included. Anybody who misses this kind of opportunity will remain excluded permanently forever. And I won't say amen because I don't want that happen. You understand? So let us go on with our engagement. Let us talk about, when you say including people, rather people who are excluded, actually people live in poverty. If you are not in the money circles, if you're not in the finance circles, means you're living in poverty. And through to that, you can see statistics. I've never shared this kind of information with you, but just for a reminder, you can see on the screen there are two colors in that graph. All right, the red color represents the rest of the world in terms of poverty reduction. Okay, or in terms of reducing people who live under extreme poverty. So from 2015, Africa was, of course, it has never been higher It has never been better. All the time we are the worst in the world. So actually, this graph you can conclude, you can observe and conclude that Africa is the place where extreme poverty has been for so many years. So it is the definition of extreme poverty. Africa seems to be the definition of extreme poverty because at no one stage has the red been taller than the blue. So, but what's interesting, and the purpose of my putting it here is that whereas the rest of the world from 2015, by 2040, the reduction will be so, you see the curve going down, right? For Africa, it's going up. This is unbelievable. For Africa, it is going up. Now, for any one of you who is seated in this, on this platform, I was going to say in this room, on this platform, the comfort of your bedroom or your house or your sitting room or wherever you are, or in your car, this is an alarming situation. Africa, in terms of getting better, in terms of welfare and improving lives, is moving in a different direction from the rest of the world. That is pathetic. You can't just sit down and watch this happen. Something must be done. Something needs badly be done about this kind of threat. We are moving. By 2040, there'll be more people in Africa living in extreme poverty. Yet, 2040 is almost halfway the century, 21st century. When you go to Millennium Development Goals and Millennium Development, whatever, where are we? What are they? Is the world looking at Africa in terms of improving its welfare or the welfare of its people? Yet we have got the biggest resources. We own gold, we own all those resources that matter in the whole world. We are living in a natural environment where pollution has not been done, where industrialization has not been done. Therefore, we have good climate, good skies, good atmosphere. Look at where we are going in terms of reduction of poverty. The rest of the world is actually, if I'm not, I can't be wrong by making this conclusion, is actually deliberately working hard to put Africa where we cannot improve our economic lives, improve our lives. We can't be in poverty all the years. Okay, let us have some breaking down of some extreme poverty. What does it mean? One of the indicators of extreme poverty is nutrition, is feeding, the availability of food security. Food security means people will go with hunger. But look at this global hunger index of 2022, and that indicator of extreme poverty, right? Breaking down extreme poverty. By 2022, almost half of Africa was under extreme hunger and undernutrition. Look at those countries: Niger, Liberia, Lesotho, Sudan, Congo, Kenya, Botswana, Gambia, Malawi, Mauritania. Why is this happening? Something must be done. And what is it that we are going to be doing? This is the solution, the financial solution, the financial inclusion solution into solving these problems. People who are financially included cannot be under these kind of circumstances. And here we are tonight inviting you and everybody to come and join the opportunity offered. Grab the opportunity offered by CashTelex, so that we can improve ourselves, our lives. The African people, we have got some qualities that many people out there don't have. Did you know that? You know, we are more communal than in the industrialized world, which is individualistic. If we are communal, it means we have got families and we respect extended families and all those kind of things, neighbors and so on and so forth. When it comes to getting financially included, we need to leave nobody behind. You know? It's, I mean, I don't know how many of you have traveled around the world, but it's only in Africa where you'll find burial of a person who has died. It's a general big thing. People drive miles and miles to go and bury, people in wherever they got to be buried. That shows the communal nature of ourselves. What about weddings? How many people do we have? Thousands of people on a wedding. But when it comes to financial inclusion, matters money, matters investment, matters business. Where are we? We depart from the communal thing and we do individual things. And we get so much divided. And we don't even have enough capital, enough money, enough resources to work as individuals. So we have got fragmented small businesses out there, and as if they work. I'm surprised, even at the universities, we are taught, or we teach, because I work in the university, we teach small scale enterprises as if they are good things to do. We should be talking about cooperative. We should be talking about putting together resources. This is what CashTelex is giving us. That's why every time I say, please invite all your brother, your sister, your neighbor, that person you love, that person you care about. Invite them and be part of this conversation. Not only conversation, invest and be part of this, bandwagon that's going to take all of us, lift us, all of us together from extreme poverty. Okay. Now, another indicator of extreme poverty is unemployment. Look at the data available in Africa. This is 2022. These are very recent figures, by the way. Right? It's hardly 12 months since these figures were published, or these statistics have been published. On that curve, you can see the blue lines are the female, employment levels. The black is the male, and the gray is the total. Right? When you look at Southern Africa on the graph, right, there's an unemployment rate on the other side, and this way are the regions of Africa. In Southern Africa, who are the most unemployed people? The female, of course, right? In North Africa, still the female. In Western Africa, right? The female are not as unemployed as the male. The male are more employed. But does that mean the female are doing well? Right? If the women are unemployed, what does it mean? What does it tell you? Who gives food to the children? Who puts food on the table? Who cooks? All right. Who feeds the nation? It's the women. Now, if they're unemployed, and these days many men are very irresponsible, you'll see what happens. That tells you that the situation in Africa is not anywhere good. But the good news is it can be changed. Only you pick that phone, call that person, and tell them bring only a few shillings, a few naira, a few kwachas, a few, rands, put it here, and then within, as time goes by, within a short time maybe, we shall improve ourselves. Right? You can't go wrong with with the technology that's going to be the state of the art in the 21st century. Here now you can see understanding and addressing poverty in Africa. I like this slide. What does it tell you? What do you see there? Understanding and addressing poverty in Africa. Compassion international. You know what compassion means? Yeah? Very caring, very loving, you know, people who want to pamper others. That's their intention. Look at the message they are sending us. For them, understanding and addressing poverty in Africa is by, you know, putting your hands where they are put. What does that? Those hands, when you put them like that, what are you doing? Are you working hard? Are you praying? Or are you begging? It's how poverty in Africa. Compassion International, of course, is not an African organization. It's not. You know, this is a clear message sent to you. Africa will never develop. We shall always be begging. That's how they understand. That's how they are addressing the situation above we're just talking about. This is very pathetic. And you and I agree, we cannot work like this and at the end of the day expect results that are going to be putting us up, making us included in the financial matrix at the global level, at the global stage. It can't be like this. This is not a solution. The solution rather is blockchain and you know, blockchain technology. Well, we just got to see it cleared, where technology that ensures confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Right? Confidentiality meaning whatever you have is known by you, not exposable any other individual. No intruders have access to your information. It's confidential. The transactions are confidential. No intruders can come and say, well, you know, we are seeing so much is moving, you are doing this, that. No, it's necessary also. Okay? Integrity, it's impeccable. You cannot, you know, fraudulently access it because it has got very high integrity of security. Okay? The security is so tight, and you cannot access it. You cannot hack. You know, when you go to things, computers and things, internet, many people think of there are things called hacking. You cannot hack a blockchain technological, you know, establishment. You cannot. That's why I can say confidently that it's impeccable. Okay? Security is impeccable. Then availability. It's available all the time, anywhere in the world. Wherever you find yourself, as long as there is the internet, you can access your facts. You know, whether you want it in shillings, you want it in dollar, you want it in whichever amount, in whichever currency, you can access it. Right? Available everywhere and all over the world. You know? Now, blockchain and tokenized assets. Tokenization, you know, this is another thing. The process of converting assets into small units that are tradable. You know, yes, we've been talking about small-scale enterprises, investments, and so on and so forth. The degree program. But people are encouraged to do work alone. Here we are thinking of the reverse. We are saying big investments, huge, you know, investments can be broken down to tradable assets that can be accessed by many individuals in smaller units that are manageable. You know, if you have got huge enterprise, I don't know what can I say. I don't want to give. Maybe you can think of one. The biggest enterprise you think of in your country, where Not even 20 people can afford, not even 1,000 or 1 million Africans cannot put together their hands and own it. Here, we are given an opportunity to break it down, make it available, make it accessible to these individuals. That's the technology. Okay, people working together, getting included in the financial market. Organized assets, these are digital representation of physical assets. Okay, so a building, for example, or a railway transportation system can be broken down into small digits, right? That assets that can be owned and tradable by the individual. Okay, you can't have it. Nobody can own a train, for example. But 20,000 or 100,000 people can own a train. If everybody of us can have a small portion of it and we own it together, and whatever money it makes, it can be shared with us or among ourselves in in relationship with how much of the assets we hold as individuals. For example, if we divide an asset worth $1,100 million, small assets say of $1 each. So many of us, 100 million of us, can hold and own that asset. 1 million of us people can own that asset by having $1 each, $1 worth each. So when this asset makes, the investment makes a lot of money, profits, you share according to the shares that we have. Okay. What is CashTelex ecosystem? The CashTelex ecosystem is, as you can say, Africa's first asset-backed blockchain is successfully building solutions to solve the existing crypto issues in the blockchain space. When you look at the diagram, at that picture, you can see CashTelex exchange. That's our first, most important, greatest asset that we have in CashTelex, this exchange. Because that's where all transactions globally are going to take place. That's where all the profits are going to be made. That's where all of us shall be sharing according to the shares we own. We can share the dividends, we share the profits in accordance with shares that we hold, the number of coins that we hold. Okay? Actually, cities, already one city has been closed in Kampala, Uganda. Just on the verge of starting construction. All 300, or actually close to 400 housing units have been fully reserved. And these are making us owners of shares in this big enterprise. Okay? Small units, but we're all going to be part and parcel of the city. It's going to be up there. Remittances, CTLX gold shops, all these are, elements where money is going to be made and CTLX's value is going to be enhanced. CTLX value is going to be always going further and further. All right. So grab the chance right now. Get your shares. Let your neighbor, let your brother, let your sister, let your daughter, son get their own shares now when they are still very, very rock bottom low prices. Otherwise, if you want to wait until some of the African people have a bad anti-developmental kind of anti-innovative proverb. The African eyes are seeing. The eyes are the fingers. You first touch, believe. Wait, you'll see what happens. How much your $60 or $100 can fetch you. Okay. CashTelex City, like I've said, 70 units completed, of course, all reserved. But when they are ready to be constructed and owners take them, Is that what time when you want people want to wake up and say, "Oh, I wish I had only one"? No, we better go and get it here. These are the kind of amenities we are going to be seeing in a city. Okay, medical center, sports facilities, eco market, kindergarten, roads, needless to mention, will be paved, recreational gardens. All right. This city has been fully reserved. We are waiting a construction team to arrive from Malaysia to start construction in Kampala. The site will be decided later on. You know, these are gold shops. You know, if you have ever thought of, investing in gold, here's the opportunity. Okay. The gold shops, people having gold coins. You see that CashTelex gold coin on the right of the screen. Yeah, you have those coins. People will own them. Right? They're going to be like coins of adding value of CashTelex. Okay. What about remittances of money? Today, the world has become a global village. Okay, people are working in Russia and Ukraine, the US, in the United Kingdom, all of Europe, South America, China, Southeast Asia, and all those places. People have gone out of Africa to look for better pastures. But what do they do when they get the money? They want to send it back home. Right? Now, when you send it back home, CashTelex, unlimited services, money will be moving faster, more secured, but most important of all, if you own shares in CashTelex, hey, that's a big business. How many people of Africa are out there sending money back home? It's lucrative. It shows you the ecosystem of CashTelex has got the ability to make a lot of money. The exchange has the ability to make a lot of money, and then we shall be able to share. And the vision of having 1 million African households, everybody in there getting no less than $10 a day is actually achievable. Okay? What about CashTelex Go? So these are some of the elements of the ecosystem within the CashTelex ecosystem. CashTelex Go is an online platform where people can trade, people can buy, goods and services, electronics, clothes, gifts, whatever you want, okay, and be purchased from the CashTelex Go. Guess what? People who go and use CashTelex, the CashTelex Go platform, to purchase products, they may get, in some instances, they may get up to 50% discount. Now, when that happens, you may think, how does that make financial sense? It makes sense this way. When people want to go and enjoy the discounts, they must use CashTelex services, CashTelex, cryptocurrency, purchase goods and services. Now, when that happens, there will be a lot of people rush for the CashTelex, the CashTelex currency. Many people demanding for it because they want to gain access, to gain, to participate in achieving the discounts. What about promise? So what does that mean? The value of CashTelex, because there will be a lot of people demanding for it. And remember, there are only 100 million coins, for example. 1 billion are demanding for this. 1 billion African people demand, even whatever number of people, 10 billion people all over the world are demanding for CashTelex. What happens to the intrinsic value? The value will go up. And as it goes up, you who is holding it, you're going up with it. It's pushing you up. The exchange, this is where everything's going to be happening. Right now, it's not blinking. It's not, active because there isn't so much trade that's taking place. But that's where the trade is going to happen. That's where the transactions are going to happen. That's where money transfers are going to be happening. That's where all these other activities are going to be happening. And that's where you have got your accounts. Okay? Your accounts are going to be there and you'll be holding them. So this is all revenue from the exchange, from the ecosystem. We have got digital banking services, right? Of course, that's the exchange. We have global money transfer enabled by the wallet. We have real estate, the CashTelex cities, gold trade stores, right? E-commerce platform, that's the CashTelex Go. All these are going to be, like I've said, are going to be making money, and that money, whatever business volume they bring in, is going to be pushing the value of CashTelex to the roof. Here is a conservative projection, right? Suppose next week or this week, over the weekend, you buy 1,000 CTLX. An individual X buys 1,000 CTLX. In the first year, let's assume the value of CashTelex goes to $5. In the second year goes to 10, fifth year goes to 30. In the first year, it is 50, it's $5, and I've got 1,000 CashTelex, you have $5,000, and that's the amount of money in a shilling. You can compute that one in Naira and rands and other kwacha and so on and so forth. Maybe in the fifth year, because this is conservative, by the way. Fifth year, if the value of CashTelex goes to $30, and you've got only 1,000 CashTelex constant, all right? You're holding 1,000 CashTelex. You have $30,000 US. I mean, that's good investment. Maybe now you can get a CashTelex. I don't know what the exchange rates are, but you don't use a lot of money to get 1,000 CashTelex. There's disclaimer. These projections are near a situation of what is possible. Can be more or less based on the growth of our ecosystem with time. Okay, so benefits. Daily income from the 2080 profit sharing concept. You see, we have said we have got 100 million CashTelex, but the ratio of 20-80 comes in. 20 will be retained by the company, and 80 will be shared. The profits of 80%, or rather 80, will be shared by those who are holding the CashTelex coins. Then the capital gains, that's the value of CashTelex I'm talking about this here, all right? If the value of CashTelex goes to 30, that's a capital gain, okay? Instead of having 5,000, we jump up to $1,000, $1,000, okay? And then discounted the access to new products, the CashTelex Go, all right? Medical insurance, instant global remittances and gold share, and all those kind of benefits, right? So when you want to invest with us, the blockchain, when we want to invest in the blockchain technology, enable our investment in assets by a majority, I've already said that. You provide food, accommodation, clothing, and health, and 1 million African households are our target to be able to be provided with the food, accommodation, clothing, and health. Okay? What do you want to do? What do you need to do to be part of CashTelex? It's simple, national identification, that will be important to identify you, KYC, know your customer, kind of thing. Email address, that's very important. Smartphone, maybe any other gadget that you can have access to internet. Usually the phone is the most common one nowadays. Before it was computers, but now the smartphone is the most common one. And then an investment of about $60 US. Buy whatever number of coins. That's it. You're in business. You're good to go. Okay. So those are the things we have to do, and there you are. Thank you very much. You can contact us on this kind of media. We can use the telephone. You can use the WhatsApp. You can access our official Telegram channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we have in our hands. Many of you who are here, who have bought, who know, who have been, consistently, who have already invested, please make more. Those of you who are here for the very first time, don't waste time. Just go, pick your money, invest, and that's it. We are good to go. Okay? Take this as your last bus. You know, take this as your last bus that is going to carry the biggest number of passengers. So I want to thank you very much for listening to me, and I want to give you back to Hamna for further, discussion and conversation. Thank you. Hamna, over to you.
Thank you very much, Professor Kasule, for that insightful session. We thank you for being able to hold this session with us, and we pray that it was insightful to you and to those that you're going to carry it back to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you.